Hi guys, I just got some disturbing information, I guess, about our banking system, about the Federal Reserve. It's been reported that they're really on the verge of collapsing, like right now, like now. I guess they have this thing that they do in the banks do for each other. So if one bank can't make its deposits or pay off its bills for that day, they do an overnight lending, and they do that at 1 or 2%. And it never really goes above that. 4% is disastrous. It's that can collapse a country. 4%. Well, maybe not quite. Maybe not a big country, but definitely we think about billions of dollars, right? At 4% overnight. That's a lot of money, right? So 1 to 2%, that's typically what they charge. So what's happened last week, I guess, one of the major banks couldn't make its responsibility and went to another bank, and they were even offering the 4% to get the loan. And they went through all of the different banks, and they got to as high as 10%. Because they were that desperate, and nobody had the money to lend them. Nobody had the money to lend them. None of the banks had it, okay? So the Federal Reserve bailed them out that day. But the next day, they still couldn't make their obligations, even though the Federal Reserve bailed them out the night before. And they had to bail them out again, and it went to 10% again. And I guess they did that for 5 days. I guess it was the whole trading week. They did that. This is worse than what happened in 2008 to 2010. This is ready to collapse. So, for all of you people that believe in the rapture and that everything's leading up to it, and I do believe that too. I believe that we are going to fly soon. I think all of us who we are going to, but just in case, if we may end up having to go through some of this before actually the Great Tribulation happens, what is going to happen? And we know this. This is just, if they actually collapse, it's going to be a worldwide collapse. It's going to hit all countries, what they're talking about. You're not going to have money to buy food or diapers or water or nothing. You won't have money to pay your mortgage or so if whatever, I don't know how, trade-in stuff for certain different things. I would not buy stocks and bonds. I would not buy gold on the internet or anything like that, because unless you have it in your hands, it's not going to do you any good. Well, you be the judge. I mean, that's my personal opinion. But what I would be more concerned about is food and water, and just making sure that you can just ride out a storm, a couple of months storm. Get some dried goods, get some rice and beans, get some bottled water, get some bottled containers, just the big ones, the big 5-gallon ones. Get a bunch of those. Even if you are raptured before that, you've got family members that probably are not thinking along these lines and don't know how bad it's going to be, along with your rapture note that you should be telling them what happened to you, so that they're not manipulated and lied to by the press and the governments. Tell them where you are and what's going on, and what, they have to put their faith in Jesus, and it's going to be a hard, long road, and that you've put food away for them. And you put water to protect them at this point. So God bless you all. And I hope that, pray. All of us pray. Pray for our families. Pray for ourselves. There might be we know so much is going on. So many crazy things that are going on in the Middle East that's happened with Iraq and Israel, and what's going on, and just all over the world, and all the storms and everything. We are on the precipice of serious things happening, and for all of us who have faith in Jesus, like our hearts should be lifted, but we still should be earnestly praying for our families and put away some stuff for them. Write that note. Let them know everything. God bless you all. Live in love light.